Welcome to Mama Joan house where it's hot, and when I said hot, I meant it hot like a Scotch bonnet pepper. Guys, today I have a spicy little video for you. It's just teaching Cyan how to make apple fritter. The reason being why I'm doing this video, she went to the store and she bought some apple fritter. When she bring it home and bite into it, it was all dough. There was no apple in it. So I decided that, you know what, I'm gonna show you my recipe for my apple fritter that I used to make for your dad and your uncle, you know, so she can know how to make this by herself.
Right, you know,
okay,
homemade,
yes,
real
so,
flavor,
real flavor, you know,
no artificial stuff.
No, because my apple fritter is I season my flour. I spice up my flour, you know, to make my dough, and then I use a lot of apples in there. Okay, guys, so now I am going to go into the ingredients of what I use to make my apple fritter. So for my apple fritter, the queen of the dish is the apple. So here I'm using 3 apples, okay, and I'm gonna use 1 and 1/4 cup of flour.
All-purpose flour?
No, listen. You could use all-purpose flour or you can use the self-rise flour. I use self-rise flour because self-rise flour do the same thing as the all-purpose flour. The all-purpose flour, you have to add baking powder to it, but I just use the self-rise flours because that worked perfectly for me when I'm making my fritter. Okay. So, and then I use half a teaspoon of nutmeg and half a teaspoon of mixed spice and half a teaspoon of cinnamon, and that's what I use to mix up my spice for my flour. And then, you know, to make my batter, as I go along, I'm gonna show you what I use to mix the batter, okay? And then I'm gonna mix up some icing with some icing sugar to pour on the fritter when it's done. So I'm gonna show you how to do that.
This looks like a nice, like, not too hard to make at home. All you need really is some apple, a bit of flour, some cinnamon. This is stuff you guys probably have at home. Yes.
So everybody have nutmeg, mixed spice, and you know what? Don't forget a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. You know, it add to the flavor, the apple. Add to the flavor of the apple. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and you also need, before I forgot, 2 eggs. Okay, guys, so now, Cyan, what you're gonna do, you're gonna peel the apple because I am showing you how to do this, so you're gonna actually do the work.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So you gotta peel the apple, and we will get going into making this fritter.
Okay.
Okay. Like, oh, I want you to peel it. Just go around the apple because I don't want to waste my apple.
Okay.
Okay. So. Just gonna peel this one and show you, and then you can peel the next one. So now for here we have 1 cup and 1/4 of flour, and we have, this is a 1 cup of icing sugar.
Okay.
So, and then we have half a cup of milk, and we have 2 eggs, and we have cinnamon. We have a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, and a half a teaspoon of mixed spice, and a 1/4 teaspoon of ginger. So all of these are the spice that's gonna mix in the flour to make the batter. Then I put them in cubes like that. Because when you're making apple fritter, you need to have some apple for bite pan. You're not just bite pan. You're not just biting and just the flour, and there's no apple in there. And when you buy apple fritter at the store, you're biting so much flour in it, and you don't have no apple.
The apple's not even good apple.
Yeah. You know, so you know you gotta make it. Oh my God, apple is so sweet. No, Cyan, when you're peeling the apple, you gotta do the apple like this. Don't waste the apple.
I'm trying to.
It's very easy. peel it around like that. You're peeling how you're peeling. You just dig out the whole of the something. You have to peel it right, my girl. You got to peel it right. And I just get off the skin on the bottom. Waste the apple. You just waste the apple, mama.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna try her method.
No, start from the top, Cyan. Listen, all you're gonna learn to make this.
I was trying to.
You gotta start like that.
Okay, let me do it.
And then you go like that, like just like peeling an orange. Okay?
I don't peel orange.
You don't peel orange?
I do it with my hand.
Oh, you do good still. You do good.
I'm trying to use your strategy.
Yeah, that worked, baby girl. It's working. It's working. So now we're gonna cut it like that. Cut it like this. The sides off. Yeah, we're gonna put this together. Now for your butter, you need, for your butter, you need a teaspoon. 1 teaspoon of salt.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of salt. Throw that in there.
What kind of salt? What kind of salt? Just sea salt?
This is just, you can use sea salt or any regular sauce.
Okay.
And then you're gonna need your 2 eggs. 1, 2 eggs. Ooh. Now for your eggs, we Jamaican people, we do not like the eye. We do not like to cook. We love to take out this whiting out of the egg that we call it an eye. That's the way we call it. You need to whisk this together. You beat out the egg. While I'm beating out the egg, you're gonna season the flour. So you're gonna put a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. You're gonna put a half a teaspoon of nutmeg.
Can I get the measure?
Wait now. I'm coming. I'm just telling you what you need.
Okay.
And a half a teaspoon of
garlic?
No, not garlic. Cake spice. Okay, and a quarter teaspoon of ginger. Okay, so you're gonna use a half a teaspoon. Okay. This is the half a teaspoon. I'm gonna put the tata ginger in there because I don't want too much ginger. Just a little bit of quarter teaspoon of ginger. Let me do that for you first, and then you use a half a teaspoon. This is a half a teaspoon. While we let it sizzle up, and then you're gonna put 3 tablespoons of icing sugar into your flour. 3 tablespoons, the big one, into that. And then you're going to stir everything together.
3?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you gotta do it.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, but you have to make sure it's 3. When it's 2 or 4, you have to clean it off. Okay, so this is your egg is ready. Okay, your egg is ready, and then you have your half a cup of milk. Okay, so now we're going to mix this together. All the spices, the dry ingredients, make sure you mix it up. Mix it into your batter, into your flour. So this is gonna give your fritter a nice flavor. Okay, mix this in your flour. Okay, now you're gonna throw in your milk. That's your liquid. Throw it in your milk, and then you're gonna use, we're gonna put, let's just put like a teaspoon of vanilla.
Okay.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
So you don't put no sugar in it?
No, we use the icing sugar.
Oh, okay.
You see, Grandma don't want it to be too sweet because then we are going to use we are going to glaze it.
Okay.
Okay. Now we start to put the butter in. We're going to mix this out. And as I said, if you could use all-purpose flour. If you use all-purpose flour, then you have to use all-purpose flour. You'd have to use 1 cup and a third all-purpose flour, and you have to use 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder if you use the all-purpose flour. And guys, you need to see the consistency. See what the flour look like. Okay, so I'm going to mix this while I put the pot on to heat the oil. Put that on, turn on that, let the oil heat. So this is what my batter look like. So now we're gonna throw the queen in there, which is the what? Who is the queen?
The apple.
The apple and the queen. We have pour Miss Apple in there now. Okay. So after we pour Miss Apple in there, this is what we are gonna do. We're gonna get a spoon and we are gonna mix in Miss Apple.
Okay.
So you see mixing Miss Apple, you see Miss Apple how she stir. This is not gonna be very sweet, guys, because we have blood sugar problem. So we're not gonna make it too sweet. You guys can use if you don't want to use icing sugar, you could use regular sugar, and the regular sugar will give you a little bit more sweet. But the icing sugar, I find it's very nice. I find it good with the butter, and it give it a beautiful, give it a delicious taste. The batter is mixed and ready, so I'm waiting for the oil to get hot. So I'm gonna heat the oil to 300 degrees with my, check it with my thermometer, 300 degrees. And now this is for make the glaze for the fritter when I'm finished. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna make the glaze and show you guys later. But before I do that, for the glaze, this is 1 cup of icing sugar, and I'm gonna use 3 tablespoons of half and half cream to mix the icing to make the glaze for the fritter. I'm gonna drop in my fritter now. Okay.
Okay.
So my oil is hot because I test it with the thermometer. Okay, so that's the first one in.
How long do you have to put it? How long do you have to stay in there for?
You just have to make it brown on each side. You know, like you have to really.
You have to kind of eyeball it yourself?
Yes, you kind of have to make it fry. You know. So I'm gonna drop about 4 of them in there. You put the pan medium heat. You don't want it too hot because you need it to cook. See, too much heat, I'm gonna make it brown, start to brown too quick. So you gotta turn down that fire. You know, like I heat my oil at 300 degrees, but it was a little over 300 degrees, but you start fry it at 300 degrees. As soon as it gets brown quick, you just flip it over and turn your stove down, you know. And because I use the self-rise flour, you could see how it just rise up, you know, from the self-rise flour. It would do the same if you use all-purpose flour with baking powder, but I don't really want to do the all-purpose flour with the baking powder, so I just use the self-rise flour. It works perfectly for me all the time.
Alright, so it looks like they're done now.
So this is the first 4. So we're going to drop. So this is apple fritter with lots and lots of juicy apple in it.
Okay, it's gonna be juicy and nice.
Yeah, nothing like where them sell at the store.
Alright.
So as you can see, we finished with the fritter. So now we're gonna glaze it up. We're gonna give it some topping. Okay. Some jewel on it.
Okay, these look nice.
They've got to store by this, and I get it all glazy up and pretty up and nicey up like this. You know? Okay, so Sam. a taste.
Alright.
Here we go.
Okay, which one do I want? This one. Okay. You guys see that? You see that? It looks nice. Okay, let me take a bite. Okay.
Is it with a point?
This is good.
Okay, Papa, you want a bite?
This is good.
One bite. So look like that.
That glaze adds to it. Alright.
And if you want, you can sprinkle. If you want cinnamon sugar, you can also sprinkle some sugar, man. Cinnamon sugar on it.
Icing sugar on top?
Yeah, you can put cinnamon sugar upon the icing sugar. That extra cinnamon give it a extra little kick. Nice, crunchy. Very delicious. Not too sweet.
Crispy, nice and crispy on the outside, soft on the inside.
And the apple is nicely cooked. As I don't cook my apple before, but it's nicely cooked. So guys, I come to the end. I'm eating my thing because I'm me cook it and we can't eat it. Sorry, me always have somebody taste testing for me. Now I'm eating for myself. Come to the end of my video, guys, and I like you to like it, subscribe it, and hit that post notification bell thing there so that you don't miss a post when Mama Joan posts. Okay, so we're out, and I will see you guys in the next video. All right, we're out.